So when we look at the markets next week, one thing that you must bear in mind is that there is a lot of expectation that the Trump tariffs, um, which have been imposed but kept on pause mode, as far as some portion of the tariffs, 10% is across the board. Okay? Some portion have been kept on hold till July 9. What will be the fate is going to be very important determinant of the markets this week. So the focus is shifting now from the Iran Israel war, massive it was, 12 days of big war. And President Trump, I think tremendous effort, whatever he did to bring about peace there, definitely deserves a Nobel Prize for peace. For that, it was, I felt it was really going out of hand. No doubt, a very talented president, but all these things, and what can he do? There has to be peace in the world. Now he's trying in the Russia-Ukraine, so all efforts are going on. But anyway, coming back to the question. So the effect of the tariffs will start reflecting now. In fact, the ticker prices of many goods, even footwear, consumer items, they will start showing this tariff increase. And that is a worrying part, because that may also start showing in the inflation numbers. So there are, like Nike says that over $1 billion it would have to face in cost because of the tariffs. All this does not make for a very interesting scenario, friends, because inflation numbers, when they go up, then interest rate cut, that argument goes down, right? So we begin this particular week with that handicap. To that extent, we may encounter trouble. There are many trade deals to be signed between United States and various other countries. Some may fructify, some may not. So wherever you saw on Friday morning, there was great hope that everything was working out good with China. Reciprocally, China was ready to export rare earth minerals to the United States. And then suddenly afternoon, 12 o'clock, you saw that this will be a classic example of how the markets can move. At 12 o'clock, Donald Trump announces that Canada has imposed digital payments tax on US tech companies, and therefore all the trade agreements that they were working with Canada will be put on hold. There is a possibility that similar tariff deals may be put on hold with many countries, and that time to time, when it gets to be announced, can impact the markets. Now you'll ask me that, sir, how would you know? With so many countries, well, we have our own research. We know with which countries it will work and which not. We have ourselves been helping India in the trade deals, so we know when and how much of it will come to fruition. What are going to be the roadblocks that it may face, and by when they are expected to be converted into reality. So all these things will be coming out into the open, and therefore volatility will come, because as and when the indications come that these are not going to work, these trade deals, markets may react. I'm talking of the global markets also, and also of the Bank Nifty. Okay, so that can make it a little volatile and weak to that extent. But eventually it will lay the seed for a good direction over the next few weeks. Okay, so I hope I made it very clear. I explained the logic also, explained the reason also. And I get so many questions. There are a lot of people who are interested that when you travel overseas, do tell us some good observation that you have. Something that we can learn. I'm happy that a lot of us are ready to learn from what we are not doing perfectly. The good that I find in India is very good culture. You can make it to very good use. The thing that I found, one thing I will just mention is that such a rich mix of culture that India has, huge demographic advantage, can be put to very great use. It is being done already with a very able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And he's got a very tough job at hand to please so many people. I have worked with him closely. Even in April now, he has some more work for me. So I will be working with him directly in some time. So it's a tough task. Now when he's dealing in international relationships also with many countries of the world, they got pressures on all sides. It's not an easy job for him to be able to satisfy so many countries, their conflicting demands. Even at our level, we find it difficult to meet so many demands of people. So for Narendra Bhai, it is even more difficult, and he cannot make anybody unhappy. It's a tough call for him, and my trying to focus is that it is very difficult, but the culture, the demographics of India, what I have seen is a tremendous advantage, and I've given some suggestions to the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, and that can be used to very great advantage of India in times to come. So months, years to come, that will be put to great advantage. So I'm sure that India has got a great dramatic future. But right now, as far as purely the stock markets are concerned, it is going to be exposed to the geopolitical pressure, to the various ups and downs because of interest rate changes by central banks across the world, particularly the United States, because America is a very important trading partner of India. And any change in the interest rate policies and tariff rates between US and India can dramatically impact India's exports, imports, its trade surplus, trade deficit, which can impact the currency, the US dollar to the rupee, which can then impact the GDP of India, can impact GDP, therefore the prosperity, the rise, economic elevation. All these are very much intertwined. They are linked to each other, and everything will play a role in how this country moves forward from here. Good relationships that President Trump, Honorable President Trump, and Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi have is a very good situation. I'm sure President Trump loves dealing with Narendra Modi ji and vice versa, and that I think will help in the long run India's economic interests, India's political interests, and the well-being of the people of the country will also come. Everything is going to be a game between the countries, and good relationships with the United States. If you just see when the trade deal finally comes out, you can yourself see, you must have seen President Trump talking about again and again about a deal with India. He's so happy about it. He's just waiting for the final deal to come out. Okay, so that he can make it public, announce it. All these things will favor India. Problem on the stock market, volatility, because these tariffs with other countries, it may not be with India, may not work properly. With Canada already in trouble, European Union not doing very good, Japan also has not worked out so well. Good trade deals will be with China, with India, with Mexico. Brazil is also question mark. So these are the points where things may get into little trouble, friends. So do stay tuned, and you may join our weekly predictions in advance to get full advantage. You can WhatsApp us on 982-086-1044 and join our groups. Happy investing. Take care. Bye-bye.